Welcome to My Daily Thread. It's a great little place to get a snippet of wisdom from the yoga and the meditation masters to start or to end your day. I'm Jeff Lichty. All right, friends, welcome back. Here we go. Let's get on with it straight away. My Daily Thread, looking for some snippets of wisdom from the meditation master Patañjali, who wrote the Yoga Sūtras way back, around 200 CE, they think. We have been working in the second chapter, the Sādhana Pāda, and we are up to Sutra 26 as of our last episode, and that was viveka-khyāti viplava pāya. Now remember, you don't have to know the Sanskrit for this podcast. Don't worry about that at all. But the idea of these words, viveka-khyāti, this is this idea of discrimination, unshakable discernment, that discriminative wisdom, and that being the means to get us towards freedom. And that's really what all of this yoga path is about. It's about becoming clearer and clearer about who we really are, and then seeing clearly. That clarity, or cultivating clarity, is one of the main things that the practices of yoga are trying to help us do. You know, one of the questions we might ask is this my true self that is looking at this? Is this my deepest intuition? Is it that stillness, that still small voice that's deep inside? Or am I reacting from my chirping, the citta-vṛttis, the stories I create in my head? Am I working in the real? Am I working in reality? Or am I just acting out of old habits and fears? Am I acting out of my projections of my fears on any situation going forward? The biggest thing that we can take from verse 26 for me is that anytime we create clarity, we're moving towards cultivating wisdom. I guess that's it. Being wise. Being a wise guy? Oh boy, don't even ask. Okay, so today we're just going to get introduced to chapter 2, verse 27. And here's the verse. Tasya saptadhā prāntabhūmiḥ prajñā. The Sanskrit. It gives me a little smile. I know for you maybe not, but thanks for listening to that. So tasya just means that we're talking about that person who has started to take on the discriminative practices. We're looking for someone who is building wisdom. They're trying to build clarity in their life. Saptadhā is an interesting word though. Sapta means 7. And those of you that have ever done a counted Ashtanga class in the tradition of Patabi Joyce would remember, and I remember Patabi clearly saying this, sapta, jump, sapta, inhale. All he's saying is that on the 7th count, sapta, 7, we would jump forward in this asana system. Now, saptadhā means that there's 7 parts. And then to finish this verse, prāntabhūmiḥ. Remember, bhūmiḥ we got introduced to way back when we were talking about practice. And that's that ultimate ground, reaching firm ground we would talk about. But prāntabhūmiḥ is the final stage. And then prajñā. Prajñā is this beautiful word. It's like viveka-khyāti. It's this idea of wisdom, it's insight, it's discriminative knowledge. And so this then is really what this verse means. It means simply this, that someone that has unwavering discrimination, that's that word I think we used a couple days ago, unshakable. I love that. That wisdom unfolds in 7 stages. Here's the interesting thing. Patañjali doesn't say or define what these 7 stages are. So what it does is it reminds us that Patañjali was only gathering the information that was around during his era, and he was putting it into these sutras. Patañjali was only gathering the information that was about the yoga. A lot would probably be assumed about different aspects of wisdom and practices, and so a 7-fold or 7 parts to the gaining of wisdom was probably clear back then. But just in simple terms, if we have steady clarity, if we can stay still long enough, it starts to deepen. It starts to flower into wisdom in a step-by-step manner. And let's talk more about that tomorrow. And as always, thank you for listening. Have a great evening or day. Om. Peace out.